Chapter 9. Transparency.
This acceptance is not indifference. Yes, of course I feel sad, but I don't mind being sad. Yes, of course, I'm worried, but I don't mind being worried. I fight, I care, but I don't mind caring. This is the subtlety of transparency. A certain kind of attitude to things. Power comes with leadership over life, but the true personal power comes with transparency for the current that runs through each one. Nobody has the power to dominate power. You just do that because it's an excuse to be who you are, I must say. Which of the reasons is right? The reason that is intended for the future, or the one that is carried from the past? The subjective reason is relative to the future. The collective reason is objective and concrete. The collective is factual, and has to do with the past. So, there is the reason of the future and the reason of the past. Why did the book get stained? Because I dropped tea on top of it. This is the reason with a coloring from the past. Why did the book get stained? It's for you to learn to be more careful. This is the reason with a coloring of the future. And what is the reason for the present? This one has no color, it's transparent. If I believe that you believe what you say, and if you believe that I believe what I say, we accept each other unconditionally, even having a different opinion. If we don't recognize that we believe truly in what we say, we will accept each other conditionally, hierarchically dependent. To recognize is to be transparent. Honestly? Will you know how life is supposed to evolve? I suppose not. Then stop controlling. But only if you want to. Honestly? Do you know what exists beyond death? I suppose not. Then stop controlling. But only if you want to. In addition to thinking that you know, there is a thinking that does not control the controlling. It's just transparent. How can this theory be wrong? If it's right only when it's also wrong? How can you consider it wrong if at the beginning, the referee considers it false, but the source of itself pretends that it's predestinately right? Knowing that the theory is wrong, but acting like it's right. It proves to be wrong, and yet to be right. It's impossible to point out anything wrong with it, because it encompasses the erratum. When we get to the last of the erratum, this will become the main text. The main text, now, as an attachment to itself. The only downside to this theory is not having a practical derivation, contrary to morality and other human disciplines. However, it has an applicability, which leads to total subjective integrity. It is transparency with capital T, which, in the end, leads to everything else. They may say, Manuel, you are very vague. If you want me to explain it better, I'll say this. Everything is a great fuck. In fact, everything was, is, and will be a great fuck. Now, put an erratum on this. The thoughts are all linked together, just like our acts. We see that things are all linked together, and therefore, united in a single event. All is one. But be careful, it is all one, and it isn't all one. Because we don't want it to be incomplete by being just one. They might say, but Manuel, you don't know if it's really like that. To which, I will say, obviously it is not possible to describe reality exactly as it is, I just say that one can feel that this is so. The insight and its linguistic expression is just art. It's pure entertainment. What makes it possible to know reality is that which one feels by being identity. Every thing is equal to itself in character. And this is the feature that's equal to absolute reality. That is what we are on this stage, when we remove all this makeup from the world. But does a stone know it exists? It tries to persist in each moment too, like an animal. I don't know if a stone apprehends reality like humans apprehend. I don't know if a stone knows the way humans know, but it knows for sure, in its own way. And which way is this? I do not know. But I know it is its own way, because everything is wholeness on itself, the foundation and the convergence of the all-encompassing consciousness. This is the characteristic we have in common, it's what we are without makeup. And how do I know we are this characteristic? Only by feeling it. When one doesn't feel this, it's not so.
Thank you for listening to the end. Support this work if you liked it. You can buy the book on Amazon, where you can download the digital copy and have the physical book delivered to your address. Look for seasonal promotions and discounts.